Oh, we doing one of these?
I did in fact change my shirt.
Oh, my ass is so tight. Hey, yo. Alright.
Pulled another hamstring. Oh, God. Alright, go ahead. You can start. Hello. Pause. Cut it out. Welcome back, everyone. Welcome to another episode of Open Up. For anyone that is new, because so many people are here. I'm Lucas.
My name's Mike, and today we're just going to talk about kind of our journeys with expressing our emotions. We've had two very different journeys, emotional
journeys.
Emotional journeys.
Spiritual enlightenment. Two different processes.
Yeah. But I've kind of always been open with communicating to other people, and I don't mean to speak for Lucas, but I don't think you have.
Yeah, I have not ever. For my entire life, leading up to 2 weeks ago, I just always bottled everything in, thought that was the macho man way, and I've built this character that just really brushes off everything. Very opposite from Mike, where I just really can't. Always had trouble expressing anything, talking about stuff like that, whether I was like super sad. The only thing I ever knew how to show was that I was okay, that I was happy, right, and I could move forward no matter what happened, and it was extremely damaging,
100%, and I feel like so many men are afraid to express themselves because they feel like they're gonna appear less manly, or they're afraid to be judged, or they're just being stubborn. But fun fact, you have people out there in your life that are more than happy to help you. Like, luckily we've both been blessed with like an incredible family and
incredible friends, incredible support
exactly systems. And that's allowed me to be very open because my mom's my best friend. I've talked to her about literally anything, about work, relationships, all that fun stuff. And I also have some of my boys that I can literally speak to about literally anything. And some people don't have that because they're afraid to communicate. You know what I'm saying? And it's okay. It's literally okay to open up and talk about these things.
Mm-hmm. Absolutely. And I think for me, for me, it was to the point where it was kind of like, I know I've talked about this in a previous video, but in Brazilian culture and Latin culture, different cultures across the world, but specifically, you just really don't do that kind of stuff. It's really just like macho man mentality. You have to be tough. You have to kind of go through it, right, and not shed a tear, not show anyone because people think you're weak. But not only in my culture, our culture, whatever it is, everywhere, right? Like you have the incident that just happened with Dak Prescott where his brother committed suicide. He came out about it, about how he went through depression, his anxiety, and then people were commenting on it, saying that it was a sign of weakness for him to talk about it, right? And that is very much how it is for a man, right? And some women too, right? I mean, people, I think it's more predominant as a male, right? It happens more within men. When you try to express what's going on inside, people take it that you're being weak.
Yeah.
And that it's just not really something that you talk about, that you do.
I feel like so many people suppress their emotions, and that just leads individuals into a rabbit hole of, I'm by myself in a situation, I can't talk to anybody about this, I'm being a burden. But if you open up and don't suppress yourself, like so many of our, like I'm Brazilian, and our, like you're saying, like our customs is like, okay, man up, don't talk, don't cry. The only time you cry is if you're at a funeral, like something like that. But the problem is when you suppress your emotions and don't acknowledge these emotions, that just creates a whole mind fuck for yourself, and you just don't express yourself.
Yep. And they manifest in different ways too that you don't even notice. You really don't even know because it's at like a subconscious level, right?
Yeah.
So what happens is you're feeling all this pain inside that you push to the side because you're like, I have to be a man. And then it ends up manifesting itself into everything else, right? You start just getting like spurts of anger for no reason. You're super tired for no reason.
Your body gets so affected by your mental health.
Yeah.
I'm a personal trainer, and literally about 80% of my personal training when I'm talking to people has to do with the psychology of training and their mental attitude towards their health. Because if people are sad, and like, not that I talk about literally everything that's going on in their life, but we want to make sure we address the psychological aspects, because if people are sad or angry or they can't sleep because they're upset, like that affects your body.
So much.
And people don't understand how much it can affect you outside of just your literal thoughts. Your thoughts can your mindset can literally change your whole reality. And that's why it's so important to talk about these things and literally get it off your head, get it off your plate, and talk to your friends. Because like Lucas was going through a situation a few weeks back, and he didn't know initially if he should not talk to anybody, and he started talking to a bunch of his friends, and you realized so many people were there for you that you didn't know. You know what I'm saying? And it unlocked another layer of our friendship. You know what I mean?
And that's a fact. I think that how I've thought my entire life has been wrong, right? Because I always thought that I was a man for suppressing everything, pushing it to the side. But what I've come to realize is that when you do that, you're actually running away from your problems. You're not facing them head on. You're just pushing things to the side, and they manifest to damage you later. But you're not really solving anything, right? You're just letting it bubble up, get worse and worse until it eventually explodes. True strength, true growth,
Yes.
all of that comes from people who are able to face.
Yo, bro, alright? I'll finish that.
If we could cut it off, if we edited, I would edit that
No
out.
editing. The true strength is being able to acknowledge your emotions.
And face them head on. What's going on? Why am I feeling this way? What's happening?
What can you do about it? And just go.
How can we make it better? What are we gonna do? You're not running away from your problems, you're facing them head on. It's not weakness, that is true strength.
100%.
And that is one of the most beautiful qualities that I see in women, right? Or they are just able to express themselves so much better and so much in tune, and they are hella powerful for it, right?
100%.
But when it comes to emotional intelligence, emotional stability, and stuff like that within men, there's nothing.
100%. And once again, all the things we're talking about can apply to literally anybody. We're not trying to be sexist and say that women are better at communicating, but in general they are. So many men are trying to be like tough guys and not talk about it. But like this can apply to anybody. Like if anybody's super stubborn and does not want to acknowledge their emotions, like that's gonna affect you later on. Short term, long term, whatever term, you know what I'm saying? So you literally just nailed that on your head. Like true strength is
Facing stuff head on.
facing stuff head on.
And I'm actually
And opening up.
Opening up.
Get it? Get it?
I'm actually reading a book. It's called Permission to Feel, and it's actually super interesting about how the crime rate has gone up, mental health issues have gone up, suicide rates have gone up, and America is like at an all-time high for like anxiousness, depression, and stuff like that, and how people don't know how to have these conversations and how to talk about it.
It's not something you're taught like in school. And like if you were raised in a family that was like bottle up your emotions, it's not a conversation you're gonna have. If you don't feel comfortable telling your parents, you may not feel comfortable telling your friends, and then who do you tell? You know what I'm saying? So it has to be something that is acknowledged. That's why we want to start all this. Like it has to be something that's acknowledged and spoken about, so more people do it.
Yes! And that's why we're here. Because we want to bring light to these conversations. We want to start talking about them. We want to have these conversations, right? And we're not mental health experts. We're not psychiatrists or anything like that. But we're individuals that have had very different experiences, that have gone through a lot of these things personally, right? Have fought our own battles, suffered, and this is kind of the knowledge that we've gained throughout time from a lot of self-reflection, from a lot of just figuring out. It's been our journey, right? And we're talking about our journey, and we're in hopes that it's going to help one person watching this video.
If you take one thing from this video, whether it's go communicate with somebody more, if it's literally just going to text your friends and just being like, hey, I appreciate you, bro, like whatever it is, like if you're doing just one positive act to help your mental health, like that's a win for us. That's a win for anybody. You know what I'm saying? Is there anything that we can tell people to take away from this video, to go do, like some action steps? Is there anything like that?
Yeah, like this video because
He said go subscribe.
yeah, hate to be like that, but that's how you share it, I guess. I'm not really big into, I mean, I can't say that, but I've never been like super big into YouTube, but I've heard that if you like the videos, they pop up on more people's screens.
100%. And the more people that can see these messages, it's better, but
you could save a person by liking this video.
yeah. And also like some other action steps that you can do, like just thinking off the top of your head, like go talk to somebody that you haven't talked to that you've had a problem with. that you suppressed a situation with, and just be like, hey, bro or sis, whatever it is, like, I'm sorry this happened, can we talk about it? And then you'd be super surprised that something you've been avoiding for so long can actually have such a positive outcome because you faced that wall, that emotional wall, and you're gonna conquer it, you know what I'm saying? So go talk to people, go communicate with people, be open.
Go express yourself. Try. It's something you have to try.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, it's something you have to put effort into. So try to reach out to someone today.
Anyways, this is our first time talking in front of a camera for Open Up, so once again, like the video,
share it if you can, come back for more, we're going to be posting frequently.
Because we just want to get this message out, because we don't know of any other guys that are talking about emotional health right now. So anyways, welcome to Open Up.
We can all make a difference.
We can all make a difference, so I'm Michael.
I'm Lucas, thanks for coming.
And thanks for joining us again on Open Up. I'm like, yeah, let's go.